How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today we're going to look at Nikola and NIO. So we're going to split the video up a little bit because Nikola had some big news yesterday that sent the stock up 22% and is another potential huge revenue stream for the company. But I'm going to be going over that, going over some of the issues that I find with the stock going up this much in one day on the potential news or on the news that they actually gave out. And I'm also going to go over NIO because they released their quarterly earnings and they were pretty impressive. So we're going to go through both of those. Before we do that, if you don't mind hitting the like button, I really appreciate it. I actually woke up really early to do this because I had to do it before work, and NIO released their earnings really early today since they're a Chinese company. So we're going to go through all that. And also, if you want to use the links down below, you can sign up with WeBull, get 2 free stocks, one worth up to $1,400. Or if you want to use M1 Finance too, they are my favorite brokerage and it really helps out the channel. So looking at Nikola, they were up 22% on Monday on some pretty big news from the company. Right now, they're about a $17 billion market cap company. They soared 22% after securing an order for 2,500 electric garbage trucks. So, what does that mean? Okay, so they had signed a deal with Republic Services that could give them the opportunity to build up to 5,000 of these electric garbage trucks, and it guarantees them an order for at least 2,500. So what they're going to be able to do is build these 2,500 trucks. They are doing this over the next few years. Hopefully, it says the trucks will begin joining Republic's fleet in 2023 after testing through 2022. Now, they're saying that they're going to sell these trucks for $500,000 each. So there's a potential revenue of $1.25 billion if they do the 2,500 trucks. And if they do double that, obviously it's $2.5 billion. Now, that is a pretty huge order when you consider that they're a $17 billion company. But for me, just hearing this information, then seeing the stock jump so significantly, it reminds me of what they've been doing so far. So they have been able to get these big orders. The last one was in 2018 with Anheuser-Busch for their pickup truck. But they're getting these orders, they're building all this hype, and they still don't have any product. They have not made or been able to reproduce or produce these garbage trucks, right? So they have not done this. They're going to hopefully do it over the next 3 years. They still haven't been able to produce and make their pickup truck. Right now, it's just a lot of hype. And after this last earnings that they had where the stock really fell flat, if we look, they released earnings about a week ago. They dropped down pretty significantly after earnings. So they dropped down about 10%. They had terrible earnings. If we look here, they had $0 in revenue essentially. And right now they are losing about $86 million. They are just a company that is building a lot of hype, but they still have years before they can fulfill their contracts that they're making right now. And when we compare them to something like NIO, they are still so early on. NIO is down the line. They're making products. They're selling their cars. And even if we compare them to something like Workhorse, which I did a video on yesterday, Workhorse has the opportunity for a $6.3 billion contract, and they're about a $1 to $1.5 billion company. When we look at Nikola, they are about a $17 billion company, and they just secured about a $1.25 billion contract. So very different there. Now, if you want to know what Republic Services is, they're the second largest waste company in the United States. So they are a really big company. That is a great company to have on your side if you're being able to produce their trucks and give them what they need. So that's awesome. Republic Services said that they were very excited about this. They want to go green. So the fact that they'll be able to use Nikola's technology to do that and to save money is great. The CEO of Nikola was also excited. He wanted to give this information during their earnings. a week ago, but he wasn't able to yet. So it's interesting to see all this shake out. Nikola still hasn't produced their pickup truck. They haven't produced their garbage truck. They want to get into ATVs and some other vehicles. They also need to build out their hydrogen network, which is going to cost billions of dollars. So they still have a lot ahead of them. I personally am not buying. I think that they're too expensive, and I think that they're inflated still because there's going to be a lot of growing pains that comes with this company. Now, looking at a different company that's also in the electric vehicle space is NIO. So they shot up about 8% pre-market on Tuesday. They were up 6% on Monday. They have released their earnings. They're a Chinese company, so they released them very early. And they really did well this quarter. So they had earnings per share beat of about 10%. They were also able to increase their revenue significantly, 146% up year over year. They were able to beat the consensus by about 24.46 million. Their gross margin was 8.4% compared with negative 33% last year at this time. They were able to deliver about 10,331 vehicles, and their vehicle margin was 9.7%. So they are doing really well compared to what they were. They are a company, though, that I personally am not investing in just because they are a Chinese-based company. I don't know too much about Chinese-based companies. Like I can read a balance sheet and an income statement, but just investing in that sector with the government the way that it is, it makes me nervous. You know, you never know exactly whether the numbers are what they say they are. I've heard of that happening before where they shifted the numbers around. You also never know what's going to happen with the government because it's not the same that it is here. It's not this capitalist system where we have a democracy. The government tends to jump in and mess with companies a lot there. So that's just something that I'm not comfortable with, being over here and not knowing really what's going on over there. So they did great. They might be a company to invest in if you're comfortable with that and if you know about the country in general and how business works over there. But for me, I'm going to stay out of it. Now, what they're saying now is the best way or the easiest way to make money is to invest in companies that don't. So these companies are both unprofitable at this point, but hopefully they become profitable over the next few years. Hopefully Nikola can kind of get going on their production and hopefully they can actually make money soon. But these are some companies that are definitely interesting to watch. We have Tesla that is actually profitable. We have Workhorse that has this massive opportunity. Then we have these companies that are slowly trying to become profitable over time. I think that it's an interesting age to start investing because right now in the electric vehicle space, any company that comes out with any new vehicle, whether it's a semi-truck, whether it's a pickup truck, whether it is the last mile vehicles, whether it's garbage trucks, everyone is excited about anything that comes out on a company. Getting a contract for any of these vehicles can shoot up the stock 10 to 20% in a day. So it's interesting to watch. But let me know your thoughts below. I'd be interested in hearing. Thank you so much for watching. Again, those links are down there below for WeBull and M1 Finance and also for some other stuff too. So if you want to check that out, that's great. And we are doing a subscriber giveaway. So just to get entered into that, leave a like, subscribe, and then just comment on the video. We're picking a random comment from one of the subscribers on one of the different videos. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.